Understanding web development. An introduction. Web development is the process of building and maintaining websites. It is like constructing a house, but instead of bricks and mortar, we use code. This code tells web browsers how to display a website's content. Think about your favorite online shop or news site. Web developers created those. They work to make sure these sites look good. They also ensure the sites work correctly. This means links go to the right pages. Buttons do what they are supposed to do. Information is easy to find and read. Web development is a very important skill in today's digital world, connecting businesses and people globally. The importance of web development cannot be overstated in our modern society. Almost every business needs a website to reach its customers. Websites are like digital storefronts. They are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People use the internet for everything. They use it for shopping, learning, entertainment, and communication. A well-built website can help a business grow. It can attract new customers and provide information. Without web developers, the internet as we know it would not exist. They are the architects and builders of the online world, making information accessible to everyone, everywhere. Web development involves many different tasks. It includes designing the look of a website. It also involves writing the code that makes the website function. Developers need to think about how users will interact with the site. This is called user experience, or UX. A good user experience means the website is easy to use and pleasant to navigate. Developers also need to ensure the website works well on different devices. This includes desktops, tablets, and mobile phones. This adaptability is crucial because people access the internet from a wide array of gadgets. The field of web development is constantly evolving. New technologies and techniques appear regularly. This makes it an exciting and dynamic field to be a part of. Developers need to keep learning to stay up to date. They might learn new programming languages. They might explore new frameworks or tools. This continuous learning is a key part of being a web developer. It ensures that websites can become more interactive, faster, and more secure. The end goal is always to create a better online experience for everyone who uses the web for their daily needs or for leisure. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the standard markup language for creating web pages. Think of HTML as the skeleton of a website. It provides the basic structure and content. Just like a human skeleton supports the body, HTML supports all the content you see online. HTML uses tags to define different elements on a page. For example, a tag can indicate a heading, another tag can indicate a paragraph, or it can show an image. Every website you visit is built using HTML as its foundation, providing the essential framework. HTML documents are plain text files. These files have a or extension. Web browsers like Chrome or Firefox read these HTML files. The browser then interprets the HTML tags. It renders the content on your screen according to these tags. For example, the tag tells the browser to display text as a large heading. The tag tells the browser to display text as a paragraph. Understanding these basic tags is the very first step in learning web development. It's like learning the alphabet before you can read or write sentences. Some common HTML tags include and. The tag is the root element of every HTML page. The section contains meta information about the HTML document. This information is not displayed on the page itself. For instance, the tag, which defines the title shown in the browser's title bar or tab, goes inside there. The tag contains all the visible content of the web page. This includes headings, paragraphs, images, links, and much more. These elements form the core structure of any web page. Learning HTML is usually the first step for aspiring web developers. It is relatively easy to understand. You can start creating simple web pages very quickly. You don't need any special software, just a text editor and a web browser. There are many free resources online to help you learn HTML. Building small projects like a personal portfolio page is a great way to practice. As you get more comfortable, you can learn more advanced HTML features and how to structure more complex web pages effectively, preparing you for more advanced web concepts. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. If HTML is the skeleton of a website, then CSS is the clothing. It describes how HTML elements should be displayed on the screen. CSS controls the look and feel of a website. This includes colors, fonts, layout, and spacing. Without CSS, web pages would look very plain and boring. They would just be black text on a white background. CSS makes websites visually appealing. It helps to create a unique brand identity and improves the user experience significantly by making content more readable and engaging. CSS works by selecting HTML elements and applying styles to them. You can select elements by their tag name, class, or ID. For example, you could tell the browser to make all headings blue, or you could make all paragraphs use a specific font. CSS rules are typically stored in separate files with the extension. This helps to keep your HTML clean and organized. Linking this external CSS file to your HTML document allows the styles to be applied across multiple pages, ensuring consistency throughout your website. CSS offers a vast range of properties to control appearance. You can change background colors and images. You can set font sizes, families, and weights. You can control the spacing between elements known as margins and padding. CSS also handles layout. It can position elements on the page, create columns, and make designs responsive. Responsive design means the website looks good on all screen sizes, from large desktop monitors to small mobile phones. This adaptability is crucial for reaching a wider audience in today's multi-device world. Learning CSS usually comes after learning HTML. Once you have the structure with HTML, you can start styling it with CSS. Like HTML, there are many free online resources to learn CSS. Interactive tutorials and building small projects are excellent ways to practice. You can start with simple styling, like changing colors and fonts. Then you can move on to more complex topics like layout techniques such as flexbox or grid and responsive design. Mastering CSS is key to creating beautiful and user-friendly websites that people will enjoy visiting and interacting with. JavaScript is a programming language that adds interactivity to websites. If HTML is the skeleton and CSS is the clothing, then JavaScript is the brain and muscles. It allows you to create dynamic content. It can update content without reloading the page. It can control multimedia like videos and animations. JavaScript can also react to user actions like clicks and mouse movements. This makes websites feel more alive and responsive. Most modern websites use JavaScript to enhance the user experience and provide complex functionalities. JavaScript code can be embedded directly into HTML files, or it can be linked as an external file similar to CSS. When a web browser loads a page, it executes the JavaScript code. This code can manipulate the HTML structure known as the DOM, Document Object Model. It can also change CSS styles dynamically. For example, JavaScript can show or hide elements when a button is clicked. It can validate form inputs before they are sent to a server. It can create image sliders or interactive maps, making the website much more engaging for the user. Some common uses of JavaScript include creating drop-down menus and modal pop-up windows. It is used for client-side form validation, giving users immediate feedback. JavaScript powers features like auto-completing search suggestions. It is also essential for creating single-page applications, or SPAs. SPAs load a single HTML page and dynamically update content as the user interacts with the app. This provides a smoother and faster experience, similar to a desktop application. Many popular web applications you use daily rely heavily on JavaScript for their rich interactivity. Learning JavaScript is often the third step after HTML and CSS. It is a more complex language than HTML or CSS because it involves programming logic. However, it is also very powerful. There are many resources available for beginners, including interactive coding platforms and online courses. Starting with basic concepts like variables, functions, and events is important. Then you can learn how to manipulate the DOM. Building small interactive projects will help solidify your understanding. JavaScript is a fundamental skill for any modern web developer, opening doors to both front-end and back-end development. Section 5. Front-end development, the user's view. Front-end development focuses on what the user sees and interacts with in their browser. It is also known as client-side development. The front-end developer is responsible for implementing the visual design of a website. They ensure that the website is responsive and works well across different devices and browsers. Their primary tools are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML provides the structure. CSS handles the styling and presentation. JavaScript adds interactivity and dynamic features. The goal is to create a seamless and engaging user experience for everyone visiting the site. A front-end developer takes a website design, often created by a UI/UX designer, and turns it into a functioning website. They write the code that renders the user interface. This involves careful attention to detail. They need to make sure every element looks and behaves as intended. They also need to consider accessibility. This means making the website usable for people with disabilities, for example, ensuring proper color contrast and keyboard navigation. A good front-end developer balances visual appeal with usability and performance. Beyond the core trio of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, front-end developers often use frameworks and libraries. These tools can speed up development and provide pre-built components. Popular JavaScript frameworks include React, Angular, and Vue.js. These frameworks help manage complex application states and build reusable UI components. CSS frameworks like Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS offer pre-designed styles and layout systems. Using these tools effectively requires a solid understanding of the underlying HTML, CSS, and JavaScript principles. They are helpers, not replacements for foundational knowledge. The role of a front-end developer is crucial. They are the bridge between the design team and the end user. They translate visual concepts into tangible, interactive experiences. They must constantly test their work on different browsers and devices. This ensures compatibility and a consistent experience for all users. Performance is also a key concern. Front-end developers work to optimize loading times and ensure smooth interactions. A fast and responsive website keeps users happy and engaged, which is vital for the success of any online presence. Section 6, the engine room back-end development, the power behind the scenes. Back-end development, also known as server-side development, is all about what happens behind the scenes. It's like the engine room of a ship. Users don't see it, but it powers everything. Back-end developers work on the server, databases, and application logic. They ensure that data is stored securely and retrieved efficiently. They build the systems that process user requests and send information back to the front end. For example, when you log into a website, the back-end handles your credentials and verifies your identity. Back-end developers use a variety of programming languages and frameworks. Common languages include Python, with frameworks like Django or Flask, Ruby with Ruby on Rails, PHP with Laravel or Symfony, Java with Spring, and JavaScript with Node.js. They also work extensively with databases. Databases store all the website's information, such as user accounts, product details, or blog posts. Examples of databases include MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, and SQLite. Choosing the right technology stack depends on the project's requirements and scale. The responsibilities of a back-end developer are diverse. They build and maintain the core application logic. They design and manage databases. They create APIs or application programming interfaces. APIs allow the front end to communicate with the back end. For example, when you submit a form on a website, the front end sends the data to a back end API. The API then processes this data and might store it in a database. Security is also a major concern for back end developers. They implement measures to protect data from unauthorized access and cyber threats. Back-end development is critical for any website that needs to store data or handle complex operations. E-commerce sites, social media platforms, and online banking systems all rely heavily on robust back-end systems. Without a well-functioning back-end, these websites simply wouldn't work. While front-end development creates what the user sees, back-end development creates the functionality that makes it all possible. Both are essential parts of the web development process, working together to deliver a complete and functional web experience to users around the world. Section 7, Essential Tools and Learning Resources for Beginners. To start your journey in web development, you will need a few essential tools. The most basic tool is a good code editor. This is a software application where you will write your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code. Some popular free code editors include Visual Studio Code or VS Code, Sublime Text, and Atom. These editors offer features like syntax highlighting, which colors your code to make it easier to read. They also have auto-completion. and error checking, which can help you write code more efficiently and with fewer mistakes. A reliable code editor is your primary workspace. Next, you will need web browsers. You likely already use browsers like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or Safari for daily internet use. For web development, these browsers are also crucial for testing your websites. It's important to test your work on different browsers because they can sometimes interpret code slightly differently. Most modern browsers also come with built-in developer tools. These tools allow you to inspect HTML elements, debug JavaScript code, and analyze website performance. Learning to use browser developer tools effectively is a very valuable skill for any web developer. Beyond software, there are numerous online resources to help you learn web development. Websites like Free Code Camp, Codecademy, and Khan Academy offer interactive tutorials and courses for beginners. MDN Web Docs or Mozilla Developer Network is an excellent reference for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript documentation. It provides detailed explanations and examples. YouTube also has many channels dedicated to web development tutorials. Many of these resources are free, making web development accessible to anyone with an internet connection and a desire to learn new skills. Another valuable resource is online communities. Websites like Stack Overflow allow you to ask questions and get help from experienced developers. Joining forums or social media groups related to web development can also be beneficial. You can learn from others, share your progress, and find solutions to problems you encounter. Remember that learning web development is a journey. It takes time and practice. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes, and ask for help. These communities provide support and motivation, which are important when tackling new and complex subjects. Section 8. Starting your web development journey first steps. The best way to start your web development journey is by learning the fundamentals. Begin with HTML. Understand how to structure a web page with tags for headings, paragraphs, lists, images, and links. Create simple static pages. Once you are comfortable with HTML, move on to CSS. Learn how to apply styles to your HTML elements. Practice changing colors, fonts, and layouts. Try to replicate the look of simple websites. Focus on understanding how CSS selectors and properties work together to control the visual appearance. After mastering the basics of HTML and CSS, it's time to introduce JavaScript. Start with the core concepts of JavaScript. Learn about variables, data types, operators, functions, and control flow like if statements and loops. Then learn how JavaScript can interact with HTML and CSS. This is done through the Document Object Model, or DOM. Practice manipulating HTML elements and changing CSS styles using JavaScript. Create simple interactive features like a button that changes text or an image gallery. Building small, focused projects is key at this stage. As you learn, build projects. Start with small, manageable projects. For example, create a personal portfolio website to showcase your skills. Build a simple to-do list application, or try to clone a basic version of the website you like. Project-based learning is very effective because it allows you to apply what you've learned in a practical way. It also helps you build a portfolio that you can show to potential employers or clients later on. Don't worry about making your first projects perfect. The goal is to learn and practice. Consistency is crucial when learning web development. Try to dedicate some time to learning and coding regularly, even if it's just for a short period each day. Don't get discouraged by challenges or errors. Debugging, which is the process of finding and fixing errors in your code, is a normal part of development. Use online resources and communities when you get stuck. Break down complex problems into smaller, more manageable parts. Celebrate your small victories along the way. The journey of learning web development is rewarding, and every step forward builds your confidence and skills. Section 9. Career paths and the future of web development. Web development offers a wide range of exciting career paths. You could specialize as a front-end developer, focusing on creating the user interface and experience, or you might prefer back-end development, building the server-side logic and managing databases. Another popular role is a full-stack developer. Full-stack developers are proficient in both front-end and back-end technologies. They can handle all aspects of web development, from the user interface to the server and database. Each path offers unique challenges and opportunities for growth. Other related roles include UI or user interface designer and UX or user experience designer. UI designers focus on the visual aspects of a website, creating aesthetically pleasing and intuitive layouts. UX designers focus on the overall experience of the user, ensuring the website is easy to use and meets user needs. While these roles are more design-focused, a good understanding of web development principles is often beneficial. There are also specialized roles like DevOps engineers who focus on streamlining development and deployment processes, and QA or quality assurance engineers who test websites for bugs and issues. The future of web development looks bright and continues to evolve rapidly. New technologies, frameworks, and tools are constantly emerging. Artificial intelligence, or AI, and machine learning, or ML, are beginning to play a larger role in web development. This could involve AI-powered coding assistants or tools for personalized user experiences. Progressive web apps, or PWAs, are gaining popularity. PWAs offer app-like experiences within a web browser. WebAssembly, or WASM, is another technology to watch. It allows code written in languages other than JavaScript to run in browsers, potentially improving performance for complex applications. Staying curious and committed to lifelong learning is essential for a successful career in web development. The technologies you learn today might be updated or replaced in a few years. Therefore, adaptability and the willingness to learn new things are highly valued skills. The demand for skilled web developers remains strong across various industries. Whether you want to work for a large tech company, a small startup, or as a freelancer, web development provides many opportunities to build innovative and impactful digital experiences for people all over the world.